What's up there, fellow YouTubers? This is Chris from the Anomalies channel. Guys, this is the second part of the first one I did, obviously. If you guys watched that one there, I showed you it looked like some kind of weird craft or something they were hiding in the foreground of this picture. And right here. And I showed you it looked like a small house. There's one thing too, let me just show you that real quick so you can see right there. And what looked like this small craft or whatever this thing is hidden here on the in the foreground here. Looks like there's multiple things. Okay. And it looks like this little small, what looks like a pyramid house kind of thing. Okay. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So this is where it's going to get a little bit more bizarre. But let me start off here because a buddy of mine, one of my subscribers, he goes by John C, and I want to thank him for pointing this out. He pointed out this right here, which he said, is it possible, this line right here, this squiggly line, is some kind of a snake or something on Mars? Now, that's a good question because, to be honest with you, I don't know. I mean, but just look at, I'm going to zoom into this. Now, there's a good possibility it has something similar to what we have. I mean, you can see this thing go like this, all the way back, all the way over to here, and it still keeps going. What I found a little... I'm not surprised, but I mean, what I thought was a little crazy is why is this particular part blurred out? Right there, it's all blurry. Now, if you look at pictures like this one here, you can see this is, you know, snake tracks in dirt. So you can see it looks a lot like that. Now, of course, it could be any snake or any different type. I mean, they've got, I don't know if this one here was the... this is an African snake, I believe it was. But, I mean, you got everything from sidewinders to, you know, diamondbacks to everything. I mean, there's countless snakes. So, but it's a possibility. I mean, you can see the way this thing will go off almost straight, and then it kind of goes off, you know, like just really twisting and turning through the sand here. So that's a good possibility that this is some sort of snake. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly what we have here, but you can clearly see that looks like that could very well be. I'm thinking to myself, is there a possibility that maybe the arm could reach from the Curiosity? I don't know how long the arm is. I don't believe it's quite that long. And I don't know if they can make it go in a zigzag from way over there all the way to back here with it still sitting over here. That's not going to happen. The arm's not that long. And there's no tire tracks, or I should say wheel tracks, because there is no rubber wheel tires rather on this. But the wheel tracks close to this in order to do that, unless they're out of the picture, but I don't believe it was the rover at all. This looks like some kind of weird snake kind of thing just went through the grass. I mean, I keep saying I want to say grass. I want to say gravel more than anything, but sand and gravel here. It looks like something there, is it? And it's something, I don't know what that is, but they did something to really blur that out. But I figured it was definitely worth pointing out because he's the one who showed me this picture, and then I seen this picture not long after this, and then I told you that somebody else had done this about this little pyramid, but... and what I've showed you here. Okay, moving on. I've been doing a lot of videos on what look like vehicles on this planet. Now, I've always said, okay, if these are in fact real, and what I mean by that is, did NASA plant them there? Are they really vehicles to begin with? Because we don't know. I mean, basically, it's all speculation if you really think about it. Anybody who does these kind of videos is just basically speculation because I can't take you over there to show it to you. And we can't pick it up and analyze it and pull it apart, whatever, whatever. So, yeah, I mean, it's basically pure speculation. I mean, what else can you do? Again, I don't know. But, you know, I've been saying to myself, where would these buildings be? If there is, in fact, some kind of vehicles of some sort here on the Martian surface, why wouldn't it be some kind of buildings? Well, we might be able to answer that today. Now, I'm not saying, you know, with 100%, but I want to show you guys what I think is really wild because I've always said that these mountains back here on this back ridge, they're fake. I mean, yeah, you'd have to be totally retarded to think those are real. I mean, really, they just don't. Why is it so bright in these mountains, but yet it's in the foreground it just looks absolutely lame? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. But anyway, so the more I got into this, the more bizarre it got. Now, we've been saying, I mean, a lot of people have been saying about Mars that there's been some kind of great catastrophic event happen. This may actually prove that too. Now, again, there's no way of saying for sure, so just, you know, we'll go with it. But let me jump in here because I want to show you this this is like, again, this is the continuing of what I showed you guys in these two areas right here. But this is what gets crazy. Now, if you look right here in the background, it looks like there's some kind of bunch of little vehicles or some kind of small structures. See right there? Now I'm going to zoom right in. I just hate going really zoomed in because then everything gets really pixelated and you can't see squat. So I'm trying not to do that. But anyway, you can see there's like one. There's one right here. Another, and there's something right here. It almost looks like you can see what looks like a front of a little vehicle. Or at least that's the shapes of them anyway. So, but that's not the real puzzling part. What's going to come as the puzzling part is from here all the way to here. And this is where it gets really wild. This, not so much, but there is a couple of smaller things here I want to show you, and you'll see that in a second. Okay. Let's just equalize this part alone. Okay. Now, you can see this. These are starting to become a little clearer. See that? You can just start to see it looks like a little circle. Looks like the front of whatever this is. And then there's something else here, here. It looks like a smaller one here, or this is just one big one of the two, but it looks like maybe a smaller one. Okay. All right, and it looks like there's something here. I don't know what that is, but let's blur it up right there. And then, I don't know if I've got this resharpened. Yes, I do. Okay, that's not the most bizarre part. If you guys haven't seen this already, what is this in the background? It clearly looks like some kind of large structure that's been ripped apart. I mean, you can see it's been really dented on the roof. I don't know if this is some kind of craft or some kind of large building. Look at this right here. If you can, I don't know if I can do this. I'm going to colorize it. Now look at this right here. This part right here looks like it's been ripped open from this area. Like this corner should be right here. Look right here. If you can see a very fine line right there. Like this is, like it runs all the way up like this. Okay, and then this part here was ripped apart from this side here. And you can see it's like all dented and just really wrecked. And there's something else behind it. I can't see what that is. But this is another thing that I thought was bizarre. I don't know if this is another building. At first impulses, I always think of, like I said, guys, I always think of things I see here on Earth, and I thought of automobiles. And the reason why I thought of that, because look at, like, this would be the side windows. Looks like you might see like a little bit of a darkened area, like that would be a wheel well, backlight, back window. But is it possible it's just another structure and it's just kind of rounded off and it looks that way? That's a good possibility. Now, I want to show you guys this too, because it gets, I do this little section here just to try to, because I saw it going on is like, I don't know if there's multiple things here or just one piece. I don't know. But there's another thing. Well, let me just backtrack just for a second. This is, like I said, this looked like that large, like I said, if you guys remember correctly, the way I had this, I don't remember the name of the video now. Off the top of my head, it's been a few videos ago. But it looked like some kind of ship and stuff like that. And I don't know if I mentioned it in the beginning because, like I said, I'm trying to go over this in my head. But it looked like somebody, a couple of you guys said, well, this looks like some kind of shipyard, and all these ships were kind of tossed about. And now it's just on dry land. Well, that is still there. And this would be, well, I'm going to say this is the bow. I don't know. I'm just saying if it was a ship. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like things going into it. You can see like there's lines or something going into that. Now, I don't know what these things are. I'm just going to point them out to you, and you guys give me your thoughts on it. But anyway, so this, again, because that's there, and it's in multiple pictures, you could bet this item is actually in this, on this surface here. It's definitely in there. Now, jumping into this, back into it, again, it just looks like something's been crushed, and it's long too. Whatever this thing is, it goes all the way to here. But that looks to me like it's been ripped open or it's been damaged. Like I said, you can just see the line right. I don't know if I can just go in black and white if that's any better. Not really, but it's like a little line, and if it was to go straight up, it would go just like that. Almost like somebody went over there, just ripped the door or part of the side of this thing right off. It just kind of just put their hand right here and just ripped this thing away from the rest of this. I don't know what that is, but it's insane. There's something right there. Has like multiple lines on it, but it's just like it's been thrown to the side. And whatever this is, okay. Now I'm going to go back into this because I wanted to show you this small piece. Right here. I'm going to jump into it. And right there. Now, it appears, now it's two different colors, so I get that, you know, but it appears to be two different things. Now, I thought, again, car, because I saw a wheel, and maybe right here. Maybe it's multiple. Or is it just a couple weird-looking structures next to another wrecked structure? This is a good possibility. I don't know. I'm just throwing these ideas. You guys tell me what you think. And then you got these other little structures, or, I mean, come on, this it looks like there's some little back darker areas in this little, whatever this is. There's like an outline or something like that of one right here. It's just, guys, it just doesn't make sense. I'm looking at this thing now. This is the reason why I say this looks like some kind of giant structure, because this gets more and more bizarre as we go along. Now, I'm going to show you this here. Now, I go to this other side real quick because I wanted to show you guys this. This, now look at this. You can actually see it where it's lightened up right here. Like they've just, all right here, they kind of doctored and stuff. It's going to be more evident right now. Watch this. See the way it's just like right there. Whatever they did, they tried to take this whole area out. Whatever they did here, whatever this stuff is, they try to take it out. Now, there is several things in this picture, like right here, here, and you'll see that right now. Okay, I'm going to jump out just a little bit because maybe it's a little too blurry. But right here, there's something, it looks like it's metallic of some sort, half buried in the ground. It looks like you can see like top of these openings. Okay, there's something right here. There's something underneath this. There's actually what looks like some kind of flat roof, I'm going to call it, for lack of a better word. Goes like this across and then goes down this way. And then it looks like there's a bunch of crap hanging off. See, look at the whole thing looks like one big thing right here. One goes across, another support, and it looks like some kind of weird roofing thing. But look underneath it. It has this curvature, whatever this line is, underneath it. See that? I don't know what it is, but it's there. Again, here's that up close part of this thing. You can see like what looks like little openings. And you can see where they just, you can actually see this actually runs down between it. Right there. It actually runs down below this fudged out line. So there's clearly something here, and it has something in the front of it. See that right there? It has like this, kind of like that weird nose thing I just did in that foundation video I just did. It has that weird funky nose, kind of pointed nose looks like. But anyway, you can clearly see there's something here, here, and oh my God, they just went to town hiding this stuff in here. It's just insane. Now let's invert this because I'll tell you why I inverted. You can see right here, there looks like some kind of weird, large rectangular thing because it's off in the distance, so it's going to be relatively large. Right there, see it? Now watch this when I invert. It looks like something shiny or something like that, and you can see where they blurred it and try to take it out right here, but you can see the outline. It goes like this, over to here, and down, and then there's something else that looks like it's almost the same size right underneath it. See that right there? Again, this is another thing I thought was pretty odd. Look at these lines right here. There's something in the middle, and I don't know what it is, but there's something whoops, my bad. Runs a line here, runs a line here, runs a line here. I mean, it almost looks like there's property lines kind of thing going on. I'm not saying that's what it is, but that's what it looks like. Now, if I go back to the original, you can still see these right here. See it? These lines. So are they overlapping these pictures, or is it something in the picture itself, meaning it's supposed to be there? I don't know. But there's clearly something there. These are straight lines. You can just see them running. It goes across, it comes down. There's another one right here. And there's something in that one. I don't know. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing here. It's anyone's guess. But, again, you guys could tell me, once you've finished watching this. Okay. This is probably the most bizarre thing you're going to see. And this, at least for me, it was. I do this section right here. And I think it starts here and goes to there or vice versa. But let's see. All right, I do the whole thing. I equalize the whole thing. Now, right off the bat, guys, I don't know if you notice this, but it's in the picture. Look at this right here. There's a line here. Now, you may not see it too well right now because anytime it comes to this type of weird brightness in these pictures, the manipulation software doesn't do too great. So you may not see too many details right now, but just bear with me. You will. Okay. See these lines right here? There's a line. Lines coming down, going across. There's something right there. Now watch this. It's going to get clearer and it's going to get better. Okay. Right here, going across, going down, going across this way. Oh, I should have said vertically. They were doing this here. Then you got like a horizontal line going across. And it kind of looks like it keeps going and then it gets messed up and all in here, which is more stuff that's kind of more bizarre. But this is where it gets even freakier. This right here. And like I said, these to me look like buildings. This right here will be more evident when you see this in a second. There's some kind of weird top to this, and then it has this like rectangular. I don't even know what the hell I would even say. Almost like if you had a rectangular porch out in the front of your house. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. It has this weird right here, and it has these supports that go up, and it looks like it goes up through them, and then goes up over here. Watch this. Goes up, goes through it, comes over, goes to the right. And then there's something very large right here. It's round. Now, I'm going to sharpen it. Then I'm going to get more deeper into this thing because I actually just do this particular one here. Okay. Now watch this. See how it's just starting to come out more and more? See that? All right, now I'm going to blur it up. And I'm going to blur it again. And then do a little resharpen. To me, these are like, oh my God, what is this stuff? Look at the way these things are. Comes up and over. And it goes over like this. This, to me, looks like buildings. And here's what's really wild. It looks like whatever catastrophic event happened, it could have been a tidal wave. It could have been a massive explosion. It could have been anything. And it just threw everything to the right. Look at the way this is laying on the left side of this picture. On this blue area. And then look at these over here. These don't look like any kind of automobile. They don't look like any kind of, vehicle of any. They look like buildings to me. Now, I'm not saying they are, but they sure look like it. This is just too coincidental how this looks like some kind of weird structure or some kind of weird thing. You go to the right all the way here in the black and white area right at the moment, and you can see these weird lines in there. You can see they're perfectly made. Look at them. And you've got this right here with these actual pipes, supports, call them what you will, but they actually go up, over, and down. Up, over, and to that side. Whatever this thing is, it reminds me of structures. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. Now, watch this. Colorize it to try to bring it in. I'm going to try to come in a little bit more on this so you guys can see this. But this, to me, is bizarre as heck. Look at this. Going up, down. It looks like everything just kind of went, just boom, just tilted right over to the right. This one's showing it. This stuff is showing it. And I'm going to get into this a little bit. This one kind of shows the same thing. Now, I don't know. Now, somebody had commented, hey, Chris, do me a favor. We don't see too many pictures of the sky. I mean, I wonder what's going on. This is kind of a theory. I'm not saying it applies to this particular picture. But is it possible, guys, that you can see like this texture in the background? Is it possible these mountains are nothing more than the actual structures and buildings, and the texture is really the actual mountain, which really behind it, but they're hiding that too? Is it possible, or is it just far-fetched? You guys tell me. It just seems a little odd that these they happen to be there, and then you can see that they're trying to make them into mountains. You can see that. You can clearly see this stuff. But I mean, these are too perfect to be rocks. I'm sorry, I don't believe that they're rocks. I believe there's some kind of weird structures. There's this symmetry to this stuff. I mean, symmetrical lines. Come on. This doesn't get any crazier than you could possibly think of. And I think I do this part right here. And here's another thing that looks like some kind of weird structure that has fallen over. Right here, it has this weird line going across, come down. Has a support, looks like. And it has like a building. It has see like the bottom shape, down, kind of angled up, and then across. Same thing with the top part of it. And it has some kind of weird structure to it. Like whatever this was, everything just kind of like domino effect over. Or that's just the way they choose to put the picture. I don't know. I really don't know. But to me, that was just wow. I'm looking at this here and I'm going, what is this stuff? You see there's corners to this thing. What the stuff is, I mean, it looks like it goes all the way out to here, but, I don't know. I really don't. But see the way that this goes all the way over to this one. I don't know what this is. Right here. Almost looks like some kind of weird balcony with with like a, with a banister and everything else, or some kind of weird balcony built on top of something. But I mean, you look at all of these here, and I don't know, guys. I mean, tell me. This in the foreground of this, look at this. It's got this line here. It almost looks like it's symmetrical here as well. Look at round, kind of goes around here. Another round one right there. Kind of goes up and around and has this rectangular shape kind of opening or something there, or design, or whatever this thing is. I don't know. But you can see there's nothing there until you really get into this picture. And I'm showing you guys what I'm doing. Equalizing, I'm not drawing anything, I'm not adding anything. Heck, I'm not even inverting it. Look at it. Then I get deeper into it. Equalize it now. Blur, and then I blur it up again to try to get some better lines out of it. But look at that. It looks like crap until you really start to get into this thing. And then sharpen and colorize. I didn't even invert this. It's there. It's in the picture. And like I said, I've gotten into this. And now this one I inverted for a reason because I was trying to find the lines. So you can still see whatever this is. It's right there. Down. So you see, it actually has like an angle coming down this way. Goes across and then back down. I don't know if that's like the front of something because you can see one right here, one right here. And it goes like this. Goes like that. But there's clearly something in this. See, like it's still showing that angle coming down. Right here, right here. It's in the picture. That's the only reason why I chose to invert it, to try to pop this out a little bit more. So, yeah, guys, I truly don't know what this stuff is. I don't know if there's another. I think I did another one here. I think it's this little one here. Okay. All right, this one here as well. Now, it doesn't look like much of anything. Here's the front of, if this was some kind of ship, and that would be the bow or whatever. That's going to be in this picture, so you can't go by what this is. But this I found a little interesting. Up in the top here. Doesn't look like much right there, but let's try to pop the lines out. Okay, looks like there's something there now. Now let's blur it. Well, now it takes on what looks like some kind of weird frame of something. And there's something else right there. You can see some kind of almost a 90-degree angle, but not quite. And then sharpen that. See how it, like now it actually has a form to it. Some kind of weird shape frame or something or other. And here's the front of that, whatever that is, this item right here. But you can see that clearly, I mean, they've done something to this. I mean, it just gets crazy. See that? There's nothing there to see. All of this stuff has been inverted, and you can see, because here's the thing. Most people will say, well, how do you know it's been inverted? Well, I don't know. Why is it that when I do invert it, everything seems to become more natural? It seems to pop out more. Well, now, that's not always the case, don't get me wrong, because I've checked things both ways before I even make the video. And if it doesn't look like anything natural, or it doesn't look anything of any value or anything like that, then I don't even bother, because there's nothing in there to see. But when you do this, and suddenly that looks like, oh, I mean, all I do is invert it. I didn't do a thing to it after that. Just invert, and clearly you can see some kind of weird frame thing to it. And it looks more natural. You can see it looks like something steel, or something of shiny, something that's shiny. I don't know. But I just don't know, guys. In fact, I'm going to try to blend this the same color. In fact, let me do this. I'm going to do the hue on this and then see if we can't make it the same color. Well, somewhat. That's not too bad. Okay. So now we've got it to where you can just see these shapes or whatever these things are. There's a, I don't know how to, I call it like a major car wreck, and I don't mean they're really cars. I mean, I'm just saying this just looks like this big cluster of damage and stuff that's been blown to pieces. I mean, call it what you will, but you can see these things are all like laying to the right. And just other, I don't know, call it mass destruction, if you will. But you guys give me your take on this stuff. I'm just showing you what I see, and I'm just going to go across this. I'm going to do 400%, and I'm going to just slowly go across this, and you guys can tell me what you think. You know, because I know a lot of you guys are using the tablets. Let me just jump to this one picture first. You guys are using these tablets and so on and so forth, but there's clearly something here. Now, what this stuff is, I have no clue. Look at this. To me, it just looks like mass destruction. Like I said, this round thing right here on it, and it has some kind of weird thing. I mean, it just looks like a bunch of cluster of stuff that just got slammed together. Even here, it looks like some kind of weird thing that's surrounding it. See this right here? It says whoops, my bad. Right here, it's like surrounding it, and it has these weird things, like it would be some kind of weird tower or something that fell next to it. I don't know. I'm going by the lines. That's all I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a line here. Something here. It looks like something roundish or something here. Unless it's just part of the manipulation and it's just like an artifact of the manipulation. I don't know. But clearly, these are not mountains. There's something clearly here. And like I said, all of this laying right here. Come on. This is insane. There's something that, I mean, even if you said, well, I don't agree with you, these are definitely not buildings. I don't know, man. It's just, it looks like there'd be like huge glass windows or something like that. But of course, if there's a major catastrophic event, you know these wouldn't be still in there. But whatever it is, it has symmetrical lines, and it's almost like perfectly, look at right here, one goes down. Almost perfect size. What does that in nature? Look at this. So anyway, guys, give me your take on it. I mean, I'm just, you know, look at the second one. I just wanted to really go over this just real quick because I know, like I said, you guys are using these tablets and phones and so on and so forth. I don't think I can, well, I can jump in a hair bit more because even on my screen, it doesn't look that bad yet. Now that does. But there's this, the right side. And I'm going to let you guys, you know, tell me what you think. But that's what, it just looks like that to me. I mean, okay, this one here. There's our little pyramid building kind of thing going on. This right here with a thing at the top here. And like I said, this part is part of this. There's something else right there. And it looks like something arched right there, but I can't tell. But anyway, there's some things right here with some definitely a frame to something or other. And this one isn't colorized, but I did this for a reason because there's something up here in the back. See that? Whatever that stuff is, I mean, there's something clearly here. And it's got, like I said, it's got these weird funky lines going to it. Look at right here. Right here goes from front to back. There's another one here. And they go all the way down here. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I think this is probably more bizarre than the Mount Sharp one I just did. I mean, it's just there. I mean, there's no other way to say it. Anyway, guys, give me your take on it. Let me know what you guys think. Always like your input. You know, is there something I'm missing? Is there something you guys can see that I'm not seeing? Just go ahead and just write a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, let me just bring that back up. And like I said, I'm going to leave it like that for a second. You guys can pause it if you want to use your magnifiers, whatever you want to use. There they are, man. Take a look. Anyway, guys, as always, it's, you know, I'm glad you guys are watching. It's awesome because I'm seeing, you know, more and more subscribers. That's telling me that you guys are on board with this. And whether you totally agree or if you're just using it as entertainment, cool. Doesn't matter either way because here's the thing. If you're curious about what's going on in these pictures, this is the channel to be on. There's a lot of other good ones like my buddy Santos. He's doing his. He's on Msss Unmasked. You can check him out. He's in my friends. I've got the 3 of them I got listed down below. I got Will over at What's Up in the Sky 37. Check him out. Got some great videos. Like I said, Santos, he's got his over there at you know, Msss Unmasked. And, of course, my buddy Christian over there at the Olympus Sky. Check these guys out, man. These guys, and like I said, you can click on the links in my regular page, my homepage, and you can check these guys out. They're coming out with, in fact, I just talked to Santos today, and he's going to be putting out another cool video. So this week he'll be doing that. Check him out. He's, like, on fire with his right now. So isn't Christian. And, of course, you know, Will has been doing this he's been doing this for years. And to be honest with you guys, he's one that inspired me to do mine. I was thinking about him, saying, oh, gee, how do I go about this? I'm not sure. And then I just watched his videos. I liked what he presents in his. And then I said, you know what? Heck, I'm going to go for it. Why not? I'll do some commentary in mine. Why not? So he inspired me to do his. So I give him thumbs up on him. I wouldn't say a bad thing about Will. He's a good person. You know, and I mean, he just does a great job with his videos. What else can you say? And same thing with Christian. And now, like I said, Santos has jumped on board. And I'm glad all of these guys are doing the same thing. The ultimate thing for me is that everybody's bringing out their own anomalies. And they're exposing them. So it doesn't matter which channel you watch. The point is, it's like we're all showing what they're trying to, the wool they're trying to pull over our eyes. So, and that's what it's all about to me. Get the truth out. Now, do I know what all of these things are? No. There's no way I could prove it to you. And like I said, it's pure speculation if you really think about it, because I can't bring you to the object and say, hey, let's take this apart. What do you think? So, but I'm just going by what I say. But anyway, guys, you know the drill. Like I said, leave a comment down below if you're just a viewer. Subscribe, man. You're going to see some more crazy videos coming up and things I'm going to try to pull out of these out of these pictures. If they're there, we'll make a video. If there's nothing there to see, then I don't even bother. It's just not worth it for me or you. I'm not going to waste your time. Sure and heck not going to waste mine. Takes a little time putting into these things. But anyway, guys, like I said, thanks for sticking with me and, just checking these things out and giving me your take on what you guys think these are. You guys are great. I do what I can to answer everybody's comments, and that's what it's all about. Interaction, baby. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching again, and I will see you next pick.